Hey people, how y'all doing today? Uh, it's not too late, but it's the Bean again. And I know videos is kind of like distant from each other. Like I told you, bear with me, I'll get it together when I could just go back to back on a regular basis. I'm glad you're being very cooperative with me that, I seem to be taking a little bit of time putting out each video, but like I said, we all going through this together. Hey, walk with me and I guarantee you the results is gonna do a big change in your life, you know what I'm saying? We all need these changes because of the things that's going on today where it seems like we're being directed in places and things that we shouldn't be doing because our thoughts is supposed to protect us from bodily harm and as well as information that could actually end us because we decide to follow the same suit as everybody else. Instead of staying into our own character of in the knowing to ourselves, to have the sense of thought, to think before reacting, it's causing a lot of us conflict and like real harm. So what I'm saying is, remember, I'm giving you food for thought that helps you to understand what the thinking process is. You know what I'm saying? A free thinker is not bound to anything or anyone. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how a free thinker thinks is that information doesn't cause the free thinker to follow suit when being given to. You understand now, right? All right, good. Now, I mentioned to you from the previous video about this. Yes, this is money, right? Now, we were all taught about money. And the way we were taught about money in general, first is just to know and understand what money is. And then as you progress in life, they tell you what it does for you. And also, they mention, quote unquote, what you can buy that will support you in a sense of giving you happiness. You see how I'm not smiling, right? I want you to understand, right? As I'm talking to you, I'm not making jokes to like put you in a place where this is a joking matter. No, this is real. This is serious. Okay, and I want you to understand that. Because this right here, right? This right here is causing everyone anguish, like a lot of duress, stress, displeasure, no comfort, no real support. That right there is serious. But back to what I was saying, they gave us, right, the knowledge of what we supposed to know, what that's supposed to be to us, right? But the sad part about it is, once again, as a free thinker, you really supposed to know what that is, seriously. Because in reality, your life doesn't necessarily progress based off the fact of how much you can make from this or how much you hold. No. Your life stands on its own, okay? And it's coming only solely from you, right? Because believe it or not, life, when it comes to survival, doesn't mean you need that. But as I'm saying it to you, understand this. You have to know that that's not supposed to be the biggest thing in your life. Nope. You have to know it. And the easiest thing to understand about it is it goes back to what I originally told you. You was taught a certain way to function. And yes, it came from various people. It came from different people from different places at different times and at the earliest stage of your living lives or your born life. And the sad part about it is, as you was being very cooperative about being a good listener, you actually was functioning under the teachings of you're supposed to be survival. And sorry to say, but you wasn't given the real truth about it. And I'm not gonna say you should blame those who taught you. Nah, we're not gonna do the blaming game. No blaming game here. It's about understanding and releasing what keeps you in a certain place where you don't go out of your boundaries, they call it. A rule is a rule. And when you taught a rule, or someone is showing you how you're supposed to function, they're actually giving you the guidelines of life. As they would say, follow these steps and you will succeed. Don't follow these steps, you will not survive. Yeah, you hear all those little tales. So what I'm saying to you is that how they introduced us to money, right, is to also keep us functioning where now we have a purpose. So as you start to learn and progress in life in various ways, right, you're actually doing it. Once again, I'm going to show it to you again. You're doing it for this. And I have to honestly say to you, you really think that's what life is about? Because it's not. Because how they broke it down, they taught you how to save. They taught you how to make it. They taught you how to go get it. They taught you how to earn it. They taught you how to develop a certain type of technique where you basically could entrepreneur yourself to be self-made. They put everyone in places where you separate your mind from your body, okay? Because now you're working towards this, which means you ain't got no time to think about yourself when you're thinking about that, or you think about making it, or thinking about being rich one day, or being well off, because that's the common goal for any one of us. You know what I'm saying? We all thought that way. We're still thinking like that if you really think about it. But the sad part about it is that, once again, I'm going to say it to you. Do you really think that's living? Do you really think that that's what you're supposed to be doing for yourself in the sense of developing your life in a place where you understand everything and you in the knowing about self? I'm not going to answer for you, but I do know my own personal answer. But I want you to take in what I just said to you, because if you really think that you was brought in this world to do that, wow, you don't understand what your real main purpose is to yourself. You have to understand, we all are functioning in the same place for whatever years that we seem to survive today or live. And the sad part about it is, I could vouch it to the fact, I most guarantee you, I know there's more than half the people in this world that will stand here and tell you, I did not travel around the world. I did not travel in various places that I never even known exist. Why? Because of this. They taught you how to function and actually be on a survival mode in the same place. Which means, once again, your teachings put you in a place where you could function and survive by going to the same place every day for the next 25 to 30 years. They taught all of us that. Doesn't matter. I don't care if you got a PhD, a master's, or a doctorate, or just a high school diploma, or not even a high school diploma. It's just the principles of how things were laid out for you on you learning how to survive in this world. No matter what, they laced you with something that you're going by. And unfortunately, when you really look at it, like when you take the time out to give yourself that moment to think, you're gonna realize that that what you're doing, right, it's like a broken record. You're repeating the same thing over and over again every day. And as you know, you repeat it, time is flying by, and the age of your life is just going up and up and up. And the only thing you have that you can honestly say that you think you did right with is that you developed some type of way of co-living in this particular world, function the way you are, and you seem to have survived so far doing what was said to you. But, if you take the time out to really think about the things that you've been doing or still doing, we have to come to terms and say, is this really what life is all about? So, by saying that, the main purpose here, what I'm trying to get you to do is, if you could start visualizing, right, the realities of everything that seems to be taking place around you, in front of you, eyesight, hearing wise, you'll be able to determine whether something is realistic or not. And that's the main thing about being a free thinker. Listen, I'm not trying to put you in a place where you're not supposed to function at all. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to get you to do is to develop your own common sense. And common sense is when something seems to take place or happen, and you can actually stand there or sit there or be in a place wherever you're at and be like, really? And then the really means you already came up with an answer with it, and now you know what it's about without somebody having to tell you, because you actually listen to yourself. Remember I told you, that little, voice in your head, or maybe possibly a little headache that you might have that you don't understand, that's not really what that is. That's your body trying to communicate with you, and you in denial. And you need to do some acceptance. Like, you need to accept. Try to accept what's being said to you and watch where it takes you. Like, watch how it puts you in a place where now you starting to see things away from your realities and be like, oh, wow, I can't believe they did that. Like, you'll be able to pinpoint what took place or what happened at that moment. And without somebody saying something to you, you already have the answer for it. Yes, that's right. So I want you to understand, like, what they done to us, right, is called a distraction. What's a distraction in our lives today? Okay. I'm going to do this again. And I want you to understand what distractions are, or what a distraction is to a person as of myself and you. Watch this. Distractions. Distraction. Distractions. Yes, folks. These are credit cards. Distractions. Distraction. 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 Okay. By me pointing that out, what am I saying? This is another thing that we were taught about, how we supposed to function and deal with life when it comes to us having our whole finances together. Yeah, that's another distraction. Because as you doing that, that takes you to another place where you actually have to think out how you supposed to function on making sure that you're in a place where you can actually be responsible and paying your bills on time. Yeah, bills. That's bills. Yeah. Another distraction. And usually that distraction do what? Separates you from functioning for self. Yeah. You have to understand. What I'm trying to get you to see is that there are various things that took place in our lives when we were younger that caused us to follow according to what was being said to us. And unfortunately, at no time, seriously, at no time, you can actually sit here right now and say, at that time, you actually function on your own response. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Because you took the time out to trust what's being said to you and you followed. You know, you was being what they call, and I still understand how they label this, but then I know it's a form of control. When you was being the most cooperative person that you could be to the fullest. Yes, cooperative, which means you listen to everything that's being said to you and you happen to respond respectfully by doing as it being told. So when you see that, ask yourself something, right? Am I functioning for myself, or am I taking in information and the information is making me function for what's being said to me? And that's another, and when you look at it for what it's worth, that's another form of distraction. Like this, you being distracted away from what? From you thinking for self. So I'm going to give you a moment to kind of take in what I just said now. Remember, we walking with this. I'm walking with you just like you walking with me. Don't think you alone. I'm doing the same thing. And trust me when I tell you, it's not a fast process. No, it takes time because you're going to be doing a breakdown in your own state of mind of understanding the things that took place and what's happening now as you're going about on your daily tasks. So the being's telling you this is food for thought, right? And I touched the base on you about money, okay? And the functioning of money. And we're going to continue on doing that, okay? But for the meanwhile, I'm going to pause right now and give you that moment to take in what I just said. And I want you to try to take that in and see where it takes you, all right? Remember what I told you. You have to separate the things that was taught to you and analyze it for what it's worth, and then take it upon yourself to see exactly, is that the real basis of how your life's supposed to be run? And you're going to see what I'm talking about. All right. So the being says, stay tuned. There will be another video. And let's keep up and try to do things where we function for self. Peace out.